What's up, guys? It's Cal Marquez. Today I'm going to be talking about how to induce trance. If you don't already know, trance is a very crucial part of anything to do with casting spells, energy work, meditation, and I feel like it's really important for me to at least tell you guys how I trance or how I induce trance. It may be a little different than the way other people induce it, and it may be a little strange in some techniques, but I have tweaked it a little bit. Some of you all already know how to do it, but in case you don't and you don't know what trance state is when you get into such a deep meditative state that you reduce your brainwave frequency to theta state, which is around 4 to 7 hertz of frequency. And basically what that does is it completely sends you internal. You lose track of what the outside world is. You kind of lose feel for your body in a way, and it's the perfect state for astral projecting straight from a meditative state or programming your subconscious mind, using hypnosis, other cool things like that. So it's a really cool technique. I induce trance when I am trying to have a past life regression experience, when I'm trying to meditate extremely deep and open chakras, or do energy work or cast spells. Trance state is like my go-to. It's my bread and butter when I'm doing something other than the void meditation. Void meditation I'll get into in another video, but just briefly, it's the meditation that you hear about most often when people are saying to clear your mind, empty your thoughts, like a void. I remember doing research on the trance state about a couple years ago, and I knew that I needed to be able to achieve the deepest level of meditation possible, which is usually the trance state. You'll see and you'll hear a lot of stories about shamans and monks meditating to get into the trance state because, as I've said before, I feel like I'm a conjurer. My spiritual destiny, if you will, is to go out into the astrals and communicate and connect with different entities and bring that information back. And so the best way to do that sometimes is to enter a trance. Now, some other things you can do in trance is open up your psychic centers, open up your chakras, and just open the door to the spiritual realm. You kind of open yourself up a little bit, and there are ways that you can do banishing rituals beforehand and cleansing rituals and cast circles. I'm obviously going to get into that stuff a little later because it can be a little bit more complicated, but today I'm just going to talk about getting into trance. The first thing you want to do when you're getting into a trance is sit in a comfortable position. I would prefer that you didn't lay down. I suggest it simply because when I've laid down in the past, it's very easy to fall asleep. So if you're sitting up, it's harder to fall asleep. You keep your body just a little bit uncomfortable and it doesn't fall asleep. So don't lay down. This is better done if you're sitting up. So what you want to do first is to start becoming aware of your breath. Just take a few slow, deep breaths. Just do that for a few minutes. Take a few slow, deep breaths. Take maybe 4, maybe 5, or do it for a minute if you like, just to truly relax your body. Doing that alone will change your brainwave frequency a little bit, and it'll start to position you for spiritual work, spell work, and meditation. One thing you can also do is some relaxation techniques while you're doing your deep breathing. You can try to do the flex freeze, where you flex certain parts of your body, like your feet, and then your calves, then your thighs, then your stomach, and then you release them and you freeze and you don't move anymore. That's a good way to relax your body, and it's also a good technique for the direct approach to astral projection as well. Once you're adequately relaxed, what you want to do is a yogic breathing technique. Now, these breathing techniques, this is really important. You have to do these techniques a certain way. Now, I'm sure you guys have heard of different circular breathing techniques where you breathe in for 5 seconds, hold for 5 seconds, and breathe out for 5 seconds. You have to be really particular about how you do this. I do it for 6 seconds, 6, 6, 6 sometimes. Sometimes I do it for 4 seconds. It really just depends on how I feel that day. The important thing is to just keep that synchronicity between your breaths. Just if you're going to hold your breath for 6 seconds, breathe in for 6 and breathe out for 6. Or do 5 seconds. Either way, just don't hold your breath so long that it becomes uncomfortable. You can experience neurological damage by holding your breath for too long and hyperventilating. And that's not the technique. This particular part of the technique is just another way for you to relax. So don't make yourself uncomfortable. Don't hold your breath any longer than you think you should. Just do it to a point where you're getting a steady flow, a steady rhythm. Just hold. Breathe out. Something just like that. Just controlling that flow, becoming aware of that flow. That's a good technique to practice as well. With that circular breathing technique, you really want to do that 5 to 10 times. So 5 to 10 cycles of that usually gets me into a good place where I'm completely relaxed. From there, you want to focus on your body a little bit. Just become aware of your body. Become aware of some of the changes. And now this next part is going to be particularly important, and this is the bulk of the technique. Achieving a trance state requires that you lower your brainwave frequency. And in order to do that, you have to simulate a falling sensation in your mind. It may sound a little bit more complicated than it actually is. This is the technique. There are several different ways. I'll show you which one works best for me. I do a combination of several things. Some people will tell you to feel that you're climbing down a ladder on your exhale. On your inhale, you're still. As you exhale, you feel yourself climbing down the ladder. Don't visualize the ladder, just feel this happening. And after a certain point, maybe a minute or two of doing that, let go of the ladder and just fall and feel that free falling sensation. That will lower your brain waves. What you'll notice is a muffling of the sound around you, a numbness of your body. You may begin to feel dizzy, and that's a good sign because you are going into trance. If you think about it, you're really not doing anything, you're just sitting there. So if something starts happening, you have to attribute it to the technique you're doing. Otherwise, what's going on? Another technique that actually works better for me is to imagine that I'm on a roller coaster, and the roller coaster is slowly going down, and then it just dips really hard at a certain point, and then I just focus on that sensation of the dip, the stomach rising sensation, and I just hold on to that. Another sensation that I use to induce trance state is imagining I'm on the giant drop, and it just drops suddenly, and I feel that sensation, and I just maintain that sense of dropping and falling. After a certain amount of time, sometimes very quickly, I'll begin to feel extremely dizzy and nauseous. That's how you know you're going deep and deep into trance. The longer you can hold that, the deeper you go. In order to stop that, and this is going to be really important for you to know, because I didn't know it at first, so I would just stop meditating altogether and I'd lay down because I'd be like, oh my gosh, what's happening? But what you can do is take your attention and place it on the front of your body. Just become aware of how your chest feels, how the front of your arms feel, how your stomach feels. Just bring your focus to the front of your body. That'll stop it. And then when you feel comfortable, go deeper. The deeper you go with trance, the easier it is to go deeper next time. And like I said, with trance, you can program your subconscious mind, you can enter dreams, you can astral project. It is the holy grail of experiences. In some ways, it's the other side of the coin of sleep paralysis. Only you're choosing to put your body to sleep, essentially. You can do a lot of great things from this state, and it is very useful for spirituality and spell work and meditation. Oftentimes, I do trance work, and I'm just working with energy once I've gotten deep and deep into trance. I should give you some warnings, though. The trance state is particularly sensitive. What I mean by that is, when you're in trance, noises become very, very painful. So you have to make sure you're in a very quiet place and you won't be disturbed. I remember having my phone go off as I was in trance, and the sound of the phone going off felt like someone punched me in the stomach. It was like a jump scare in a movie theater. It was terrible because you're so deep into your subconscious that when something external happens, it just completely knocks you out. So make sure you're in a quiet place. A couple of other things that you may experience are noises in the room. You may begin to hear people whispering, and you won't be able to hear exactly what they're saying. It's just just like an inaudible whisper almost. You may begin to see images behind your closed eyes. Don't worry about these things. You're really just activating your psychic centers. You're opening your chakras simply by meditating and connecting to the universe. Bonus tip: when in trance, if you would like to fill yourself with energy and supercharge your aura, just visualize cosmic energy coming down from the sky, from the universe, and pouring into your crown chakra, and visualize it filling every chakra point as it goes down. From there, just visualize your aura expanding and becoming brilliant white. That is a very powerful exercise. That'll be good for you. In my next video, I am going to talk about how to open your psychic centers for clairaudience. So a lot of people have been interested in hearing spirits and hearing the spiritual realm. So I'm going to help you out with that. But this is a primary technique, so I wanted to get trance state out of the way. If you want to experience trance state right now, it's very easy. Just go through the steps and you can get into trance within 10 to 15 minutes. As usual, if you guys have any questions regarding this technique, or you need any help or anything like that, or you just have experiences that you want to share, please leave them in the comments below. I will read them all, and I love the community that you guys have created. Go ahead, leave a like on this video. It helps other people to see it just like you. And subscribe to the channel if you're new and you want to guide where this channel goes. So enjoy, happy hunting. I'll see you guys in the astral, and deuces.